2 Kings chapter 7, in Samaria. At that time they were at war, so the king of Syria besieged the whole of Samaria that people could not come in or go out. So he cut off the supplies of food, and it so happened that this famine was so serious in Samaria that people began to eat themselves. And until Prophet Elisha gave a prophecy that by this time tomorrow, that things will be sold very cheap. The Bible says there are 4 lepers at a time, and the Jews had this policy that lepers are always separated from people so they don't infect them with that disease. So it so happened that these leprous people were somewhere, and the famine also affected them. The Syrians were close, they were feasting, and they needed to eat. And so they said, okay, how are we going to do that to get food? If we go to the Syrian camp, they'll kill us. But if we stay here, the hunger will kill us. I like what the question they asked. They said, should we sit here and wait until the hunger kills us? And this is what they did. They went out. They went to the Syrian camp. When they got there, they did not find any soldier. It so happened that God amplified the sounds of their foot, that it sounded like chariots, horses, and the rest, like an army. So the Syrians thought that it was the Samaritans that came to attack them. So they fled and left their spoils. They left their food, their drinks, and everything, and they ate. They ate to the point that one of them came and said, this food is too much for only us. Let's go and inform the Samaritans so they can come and get it. And they came and they got the food. The prophecy of Elisha was fulfilled. Here's the point. Many of you are sitting upon visions, you're sitting upon ideas, you're sitting upon some things you're supposed to implement. You're saying to yourself, you're not so sure if it's going to work. Is it going to work? Is it not going to work? What if I try and it doesn't work? The question is not what if you try and it doesn't work. The question is, what if you don't try? And maybe someone else tries and it works out. You won't know. Life in general is a risk. There's a risk to living. But the thing is, there are necessary risks. That idea you're sitting upon, that thing you're supposed to create, that idea you're supposed to implement it now. Don't wait for tomorrow. Don't sit on that idea. Yes, it's possible that the circumstance does not favor it, but that doesn't mean you shouldn't try. Try anyway. Don't sit on that idea. Say to yourself, I'll get up and I'll put this idea to work.